Minneapolis is 15-6. Collegiate's 9-4.
Collegiate's what?
19-4.
And we
I think I said 9-4, but
yeah.
we're 15-6. We're going to get going here. Welcome, Minneapolis junior, senior high school fans, to Class 3A state tournament baseball here at Toynton Family Stadium, Kansas State University campus, Manhattan, Kansas. Dale Leach and
Mike Perry
here to bring you this quarterfinal game today of your number 7 seed Minneapolis Lions taking on the number 2 seed Spartans of Collegiate out of Wichita. The Collegiate Spartans are 19-4 overall as the 2 seed, and Minneapolis is the number 7 seed with a 15-6 record here on May 27th, 2021. And Mike, we're here at, as far as I'm concerned, the Taj Mahal of high school baseball.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better setting. You see the K-State football field and off to the left over shortstop, and coaches have met. And since I would assume we're the higher seed, we will bat first.
Yes, we'll be the visitor. An all-artificial turf field. No dirt anywhere except underneath. And if it had rained last night, which it did, it won't make any difference. There's no standing water anywhere. It all drained away.
So if you see a player digging in at home plate, they aren't digging in very deep because they aren't going to get deep. No dirt. Beautiful facility. K-State's home field.
2 years ago, when Minneapolis was in the state playoffs, this would have been where we played, except it was under remodel at that time, and so we were fished about in the rain and tornado warnings and everything else. The tournament took place over about 3 days. Started off in Emporia, finished up in Topeka Seaman High School's field on Memorial Day. It was quite an odyssey that we went through with that. But won't be any of that this year, unless we have a thunderstorm come up on us. That might delay it. But even then, if it rains, they're not going to cover the turf.
No need.
And wait for it to dry out. But anyway, our starting lineups, Minneapolis being up, our batting order is, as it's been quite a while, pretty much has varied somewhat, but starting off be Riker Nelson, our first baseman. Colton Bradford, Riker Nelson, our second baseman. Colton Bradford, number 30, our first baseman. Number 11, Trent Meckel, shortstop. Pitching for the Lions opening here is number 1, Spencer Davidson, number 24, our main arm. At third base is Nolan White, number 10. In center field would be Daniel Watson, number 22. Right field would be Colby Rice, number 3. Catcher, number 2, Weston Schrader. And left field, Logan Kern, number 15. And I think we're about ready to have introductions.
First round contest features the visiting team, the Minneapolis Lions.
Minneapolis Lions, quite a entourage here.
Collegiate Spartans.
And they have a nice following as well.
At this time, we need to have the assistant coaches, team managers, and non-starters line up on the foul line in front of their dugout. starting at the base and going towards home plate. Now let's please welcome the visiting team, the Minneapolis Lions. Assistant coaches, Luke Hostler and David Johns. Team managers, Grant Rice and Kay Laws. Now the non-starting team members for Minneapolis. Number 5, Jonathan Lowe. Number 13, Bryson Blake. Number 17, Isaiah Veneri. Number 21, Colton Hoppy. And number 28, Alex Worley. Now, please welcome the home team, the Wichita Collegiate Spartans. Assistant coach, Mike Gear. And Dylan Heath. Now the non-starting team members for Wichita Collegiate. Number 20, Gibby Gibson. Number 30, Connor Schupak. Number 45, Chase Campbell.
I'm assuming they're able to hear this over our...
They should be able to.
Non-starters being introduced and coaches for Collegiate. Minneapolis are out there now. Now the starting lineups.
Gentlemen, when your name is called, please step out and join your teammates. Leading off, playing second.
Leading off.
1, Riker Nelson.
Riker Nelson will lead off for Minneapolis.
Batting second and playing first, number 30, Colton
Batting
Bradford.
number 2 and playing third, they said, is
Batting
Colton
third,
Bradford.
playing shortstop, number 11, Trent Meckel.
Shortstop is Meckel, Trent Meckel.
Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 24, Spencer
Batting
Davidson.
cleanup, batting fourth, Spencer Davidson. He will pitch as well, starting pitcher.
Third, number 10, Nolan White.
Well, yeah, that's playing third. I think they got Bradford and Nolan White mixed up. Nolan White will play third base. Daniel Watson will play center.
Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 3, Colby Rice.
And the right fielder is Colby Rice.
Batting eighth, playing catcher, number 6,
Catcher,
Weston Schrader.
Schrader will catch. Davidson.
And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 15, Logan Kern.
Logan Kern, the left fielder, will bat ninth.
Head coach for the Lions is Tyler Conradi.
Tyler Conradi, head coach.
And now,
Not much breeze blowing in from right. It is a beautiful day after the storms went through last night and the rains. But as Dale mentioned, no
number 5,
worries about a puddle here.
Gomez.
Gomez will catch for
Second, the third baseman, number 10, Drew
the
Charbonneau.
Trojans.
Batting third, playing
Charbonneau
number 4, Brady
bats
Hunt.
second. Hunt, the catcher, is
Batting
Evan
fourth, the center
Eichenauer.
fielder, number 1, Evan Eichenauer.
There we go. There's the number 4.
Batting fifth, the
Three-hitter is
first
Brady
baseman,
Hunt.
0, Brett Black.
Black will bat number 5. He's the number 2 pitcher.
Landon Ramsey.
Number 17 is Landon Ramsey. He bats 6th.
Seventh, the pitcher, number 8,
7th,
Hayden Malise.
Hayden Malise, the pitcher, starting pitcher, is 7-0. Will bat 8th.
Brett Wetta.
And Wetta
The second baseman, number 11, Jacob
bats 8th.
Chappell. Head coach
And Chappell
is Joe Diaz.
bats 8th. Excuse me. Wetta 7th, Chappell 8th. And the pitcher we stuck as 9th, but he's going to be the number 6 hitter. 7th hitter. Wetta 8, Chappell 9th.
America as we play our national anthem. Good luck to both teams. Play ball.
We're ready to play. 11:02 start. Scheduled for 11 o'clock, so we're right on time. Umpires got the game balls. We're about ready for baseball, Dale.
Let's get it on.
A little bit of a south breeze, which would be right to left. Not much. Pretty much protected by the stadiums. Minneapolis got a nice travel group down there today. Noticed a few veteran teachers and alumni.
Nice crowd from the Minneapolis USD 239 community there.
And they're still rolling in.
There's a view of the nice dugout facilities that the Lions are in.
It would be tough to stay set down in the dugout.
Yes. Well, they're doing exactly what I saw the K-State players doing. They're all lining up over the rail there, standing on stuff.
Black, the first baseman, is a very large person. This is the first look we have of their starting pitcher, who is 7-0 with 47 strikeouts, only 13 walks. Got a pretty decent ERA at 1.85. It's not a blazing fastball, but it's got pretty decent speed on it. I noticed the curveball's got a nice cut to it as well. Umpire is trying to gauge his accuracy, and we're ready to go. Riker Nelson to lead off. Bradford on deck. And number 3 hitter is Meckel. That is Riker Nelson, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Depending on my list here, so.
Batting .412 on the season, an on-base percentage of .508.
And we're underway. Their pitcher pitches from the stretch. And the first hit, that's going to be drop in there. No. Nice catch by the left fielder. First pitch is a nice liner out to left field. He made nice contact. He's hittable. Colton Bradford. Be nice to make him work a little bit and get that pitch count up.
Yes, it would.
That pitch way outside, ball 1. Center fielder is shading most of the right-hand hitters a little bit to left. A swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Colton is batting .348 on the season, on base percentage of .438.
And there's a swing and a miss. A little late on that one as the pitcher reared back and threw the heater. There we're getting the pitch counts up on the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right up the middle, tipped by the pitcher. He's going to be safe at first. Hard hit grounder, and the pitcher got a glove on it, knocked it down. The second baseman had to come in and make the play. But hustling down the line is Bradford, and that's going to be considered a base hit. Meckel.
Yeah, there was nothing that the pitcher did wrong there. It was just an awkward angle. Couldn't get a glove on it. If
he would have fielded it, it would have been an easy out, that's for sure. Now Meckel, Trent Meckel. Takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner.
Trent batting .356 on the season, on base percentage of .419.
Bradford takes the lead on first, and Meckel fouls that one back. Pounds the bat on the turf, possibly like to have that one back. 2 strikes is the count. Meckel down 2 strikes here. Oh, it hit him. Hit him on the arm, and he takes first base. And we have Lions on first and second.
Number 24, Spencer Davidson.
Davidson, the hitter. Spencer,
batting .588 on the season.
a left-hander. Now the center fielder swings around that direction as Spencer digs in. First pitch strike, and look pretty close from here.
Outside corner.
And that's a base hit right up the middle. We should score one here as Bradford comes around, and we score the first run of the game on a ringing single right up the middle by Spencer Davidson.
An RBI single.
We still have Lions on first and second for Nolan White. And with one out, Dale, do we bunt and push the runners along? It kind of depends on the hitter following, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
White, then Watson. Watson, a contact hitter. First pitch fouled straight back by Nolan White. Spencer with a ringing single right up the middle. Scores one. Minneapolis still has runners on first and second. Slow curveball is popped up. Second baseman is taking it, and White flies out to the second baseman. We're two away now.
Next up for Minneapolis, the center fielder, number 22, Daniel Watson.
Watson has wheels, and you've got to have a good speed with your center fielder. He's got to cover a lot of ground out there.
Daniel batting .236 on the season.
Right down the middle. Call strike as the Heston team walks in. Beautiful day. And the pitcher steps off. Melise didn't like the feel of things, steps off the back. Pitches from the stretch all the time anyway. And a pickoff play at second base is unsuccessful as Meckel scampers back. We could score Meckel there with a single. And there it is. There's an extra base hit. That's down the right field line. Watson will go. No, he'll hold it. Second. Meckel scores. And Davidson goes to third, at which I thought possibly it was close enough to the line that Watson could get two bases. Played her safe and stopped at first. And now Minneapolis Lions have runners at the corners for Colby Rice. Two runs across here.
Meckel scored?
Yes.
Okay.
Two runs across here in the first inning. We're just underway, and Minneapolis has found a pretty nice spot.
Colby Rice batting .179.
Swing and a miss as Melise kept that pitch down a little bit. Two outs. We could use another base hit right here.
Weston Schrader on deck for the Lions.
A fake to third and a fake to first. That's just to hold the runners a little close on the base. Spencer on third. Watson on first. Now he is capable of stealing. As I mentioned, he has wheels. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That would negate a double play, but double play is not going to be in play here anyway with 2 outs. So.
Yes. Ball and a strike. That one was a little bit above the letters, and Colby fans at it and misses. A ball and 2 strikes, the count. He makes contact, roller to third, and the throw in time. It looked like it was a high throw, but that first baseman is, 6'4"? He's a big guy.
He didn't have to jump for it.
And the ground out, put out, third to first. Minneapolis takes the lead here in the first inning, 2-0 on some good hits. Timely hitting.
3 hits for the Lions, two runs scored. We strand 2 and take the 2-0 lead. I had an unofficial 16 pitch count for their pitcher there, so.
That's good to know, and I'm glad you're keeping track. And after you mentioned that to me, I probably should have been keeping track, but
I know you're lazy. You just like to talk.
Don't have to. Don't have to.
All right, public service announcement for the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Student activities play a major role in the education of thousands of young people every year. The Kansas State High School Activities Association and CityLinkTV.com believe middle and senior high school students deserve a chance to participate free of drug and alcohol influences. We're working to achieve that goal. We support programs to eliminate drugs from middle and senior high school. School activities can make a difference. And the Kansas State High School Activities Association is a nonprofit organization supported by more than 700 member schools. CASH and its member schools promote, develop, and direct interscholastic activities to contribute to a well-rounded and meaningful education experience. The positive values of competition and good sportsmanship for both participants and spectators are continually encouraged. This is public service announcement from your Kansas State High School Activity Association and CityLinkTV.com.
Leading off for the Collegiate Spartans, Villagomez. Villagomez. Shortstop. And he's digging in at the back of the box. Spencer Davidson on the mound for Minneapolis. Throws overhand. Straight overhand with his pitches. Got some good velocity on him. And there's a strike call right down the pipe. And he crowds the plate. His foot is on the line. I don't know that that's legal. Villagomez.
And he can't wipe the stripe out to disguise it.
388 hitter. There's a pop-up. Second baseman's going to take it. And he made the play.
So 3 pitches.
Which is Riker Nelson. Excuse me, I was a loss for a name there. Nelson moves over in back of Colton Bradford and makes the play. 1 away. Big curveball by Spencer. Breaks just a little bit high as Drew Charbonneau, probably their best hitter, is digging in at the plate. A little low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Two balls, they call.
Yeah, you're...
And
there's a single to right field by Charbonneau, which doesn't surprise me with that batting average.
Now up for Wichita Collegiate, the catcher, number 4, Brady Hunt.
Hunt, the catcher, number 3 hitter. He's got a .432 batting average. We'll look to force out Charbonneau at second here. Would be nice. Get the second out of the inning. Ball's in the dirt, and Schrader keeps it in front of him, but takes away the double play and the force at second as Charbonneau moves on down to second base. Pitch was in the dirt, and Schrader did a nice job keeping it in front of him. He took the base. I think they're probably going to give him a stolen base on that. I believe it would be a pass ball, even though Schrader could not find it. Davidson winds, throws it right by Hunt. Big fastball by Spencer. They do crowd the plate. Spencer looks at second. Charbonneau fakes stealing third. White playing third. Schrader with a nice arm. That's it. Charbonneau part way down to third. If that could have been fielded cleanly, we possibly might have had a play. Got a rundown. Get him in a pickle. Sandlot, boys. Yeah, right down the middle. Full count now on Hunt. He's walked 10 times this season. Davidson throws a big fastball right here. Will ring him up. Hunt puts it in play and ground ball to second. And a nice play by Riker Nelson. Fields it cleanly and the throw to first base, Colton Bradford. Out number 2. Charbonneau, the runner at second, moves to third. And there are 2 away. Number 4 hitter is Eichenauer. 409 hitter. Just a little bit high. Spencer threw a little bit of a changeup. Might have been a slow curve. I have trouble picking up the rotation through the netting. There's a strike. Spencer with a nice pitch there evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Did I say it was a beautiful day?
Yes, it is.
My.
Flat out gorgeous compared to some we've had this spring.
1-1. A little high, ball 2. And Dale, you might mention Spencer's plans for after graduation.
Fort Hays State University baseball after he plays in the Kansas Shrine Bowl this summer.
Strike 2, letter high fastball. Nice pitch. Eichenauer not very tall. That was a letter high fastball. 2-2. Here's another one.
Swing and a miss. Oh, foul tip.
Foul tip. And Schrader cannot hold it. And the count remains 2-2. And Coach Conrad is coming out to check out his catcher, see if he got dinged. Gives Spencer a little chance to catch his breath.
So 2 down here. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
From the stretch, Spencer, way outside. He got him to chase it high and outside, and Eichenauer was a little bit mad that he went after that pitch. It was out of the strike zone. At least it looked like it from here. And
yes, I agree with you there.
Charbonneau got the base hit, and other than that, they went in order. Minneapolis comes in, and we're getting ready to start the second inning. Minneapolis leading 2-0.
They strand 1. Spencer had 1 strikeout, I think, that time through. Mm-hmm. Okay. Spencer has 17 pitch count after 1 inning compared to 16 for the Collegiate pitcher. So lines up 2-0.
Well, neither pitcher has a blazing fastball, and their pitches are hittable, and makes for an exciting game when everyone isn't going down in order time after time. But, good game so far. Minneapolis leading 2-0. Always a good game when you're in the lead.
Another Kansas State High School Activity Association message. The true value of what's been learned in the classroom is applying it every day. With summer activities around the corner, positive sportsmanship is a valuable lesson to remember. Good sports are winners any time of the year. A public service message from your Kansas State High School Activities Association and CityLinkTV.com.
Schrader leading off the top of the second. And a call strike. Kern will follow. And we're back to the top of the order with Nelson. Schrader looked at a changeup and swung late. Saw it was a slow pitch and just couldn't put the bat on the ball. Way outside. Good eye by Schrader. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schrader digging in, catching today. Reaches out. And that one lands right by, oh, she did get it. Our point guard.
And our softball pitcher.
Right there. That's our home run queen there.
Uh-huh.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Good hard fastball right down the pipe. And Schrader couldn't catch up to it. Kern, the left fielder, bats ninth with Riker Nelson on deck. Oh, well, I thought he was going to get hit. That one slipped out of his hand. It was a curveball that didn't curve. I thought he was going to get plunked. Kern puts the bat on the ball. It's pop-up down the first base line. Second baseman's going to have to make the play, and the right fielder comes in and makes the play. Didn't call off the second baseman. He lost it. Well, what a play by the right fielder. That was trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Trouble all the way.
Second time through the order here. Riker Nelson up. Riker had a fly out first time through.
There's a slow curveball. He throws that too often. We'll start timing that. That's a hittable pitch. 1 strike, the count on Riker. There's a fastball. Up the middle it goes. Shortstop moves over and makes the play. And just gets him at first.
As we head to the bottom of the second, the score, Minneapolis 2, Wichita Collegiate 0.
1, 2, 3 in the top of the second. Collegiate coming to bat. Nelson with a hard hit grounder, the shortstop.
No hits.
Villa Gomez made a nice play and throw to first.
Nobody stranded. Pitch count for the Collegiate pitcher is at 25 right now. One more public service announcement. We feel that sportsmanship just doesn't begin and end with the school year, says Bill Faflick, the CASHA Executive Director. It's necessary for parents and spectators to set the tone for our students with exemplary behavior at all events all year. Additional information about sportsmanship and student activities may be obtained by contacting the Kansas State High School Activities Association at 785-273-5329.
It's Cleveland that made the play over there. I couldn't come up with her name when she made the play on that foul ball.
Cameron Cleveland.
Cameron, yeah.
Brett Black up for the Spartans.
Black, number 5 hitter for the Spartans. Spencer, overhand fastball right on the inside portion of the plate. Strike 1. Foul tip. Back to the screen it goes. Black fouled that one off. You'll see the home plate. A lot of times the pitches will be considered on the black of the plate. There's not any black surrounding the border of the plate. It's what it is. Ground ball through the hole. And you can bet Black will not be stealing a base. He's a big boy. Single, sharp single right through the hole between Meckel and White into left field for a base hit. Clean base hit. That brings up Landon Ramsey. Mm-hmm. And he's going to try and bunt. Black didn't get a very good start, and the ball went back to the screen. Pass ball on Schrader, and as Ramsey was trying to bunt him, sacrifice him to second. And I think it must have caught Schrader off guard. It went back to the screen. Black down on second base now. Nobody out. He's still bunting. The sacrifice is to first, and they get the runner. He does sacrifice Black from second to third and one away.
Next up for the Spartans, the pitcher, number 8, Hayden Malays.
Now Malays will have a chance to get an RBI as he's got a teammate on third here with one away. Spencer with that big overhand fastball shows it, and he's late on that pitch. I think he could throw two more right by him. Mm-hmm. One strike the count. A little bit high. One ball, one strike. Pitch count is getting up there. Foul tip, I believe. Yeah. Foul tip goes off Schrader's thumb. Conrad, makes the play, and he's going to check out Schrader as that ball got Schrader on the thumb. Those sting. Well, we've got a nice crowd, don't we? All the way down
really
through
do.
there. Good to see.
Minneapolis fans travel when we come to the tournaments.
Yes. Schrader's going to stay in there as he gets nicked up. He's still trying to get some feeling back in the thumb. And he's going to take a couple throws to make sure that he can throw that ball. Yeah, he's good. Schrader. Conrad asked for just a couple throws so Schrader could get the feel again in his hand, and we're good to go.
As long as that doesn't go against Spencer's pitch count.
Yeah. I would think we'll ride that horse as long as we can. Spencer looks at the runner at third and swing and a miss. Big strikeout right there, Dale.
His second strikeout of the game.
Malays goes down swinging and two away.
Right fielder, number 32, Brett Wetta.
Right fielder, Brett Wetta. Swing and a miss on a changeup as Spencer pulls the string on it. And you might mention the number of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors on this team, Dale. How many seniors
for Minneapolis?
Strike call right down the pipe for the Spartans.
There are no seniors whatsoever.
Not a senior on the club. So you would presume with a 19-4 record, they will be back. Spencer kicks and deals, and it's fouled back by Wetta. Wetta, 250 hitter. He's got 11 hits. Spencer in the stretch with the runner on third. High, and ball one.
This will be pitch number 30 coming up for Spencer. Here's the pitch.
high again, ball 2. And when they get to 30, they're
going to keep him in.
They pull him right now.
He's a goner.
Yeah, you've got to go with what brought you there. Spencer will remain in the game. Call, strike 3.
Third strikeout of the game for Spencer. They strand 1. They get 1 hit. Score none. 2-0, your Minneapolis Lions here as we go the top of the 3rd. Pretty fantastic.
So they stop the game if the pitch count gets to 30 and you're in between a batter like that. They
I don't know if they let you go through the inning or not.
I would think they would. He's got 32 pitches. So
I'm just enough of an aficionado. I don't know.
I would think it'd be close enough now that if it would be considered 30 pitches that they would set him. But since this is a big game.
Yeah, but the rule is if you pitch 30, you don't have to rest a day up to 30.
Right.
If you go 31 to 45, you've got to have 1 day of rest before you pitch again. And tomorrow, there's no day to rest between today and tomorrow. So, but you got to win this game to move on. So
there you go.
I didn't know whether we were going to go with the hoss that brought us this far the whole way or not to try to move us on, because you win today, you've got 2 more games to play.
First baseman, number 30, Colton Bradford.
Bradford steps in here in the top of the 3rd. Minneapolis leading 2-0. Colton Bradford. Malise, it's got a nice curveball, and that one, it moved about 6-7 inches. Looked like it was going to hit Bradford in the shoulder, and thought it was a strike. That was 1 ball, 1 strike.
Colton with a hit the first time through. Scored a run. It was a single.
Off the pitcher's glove, as I remember. Way outside. Catcher moves out nicely to block. Scoop that one up. 2 balls and a strike. And the shortstop way around. Swing and a miss. Avila Gomez way in the hole at shortstop. Pretty decent arm. There's a base hit up the middle. Bradford with another hit, 2 for 2 in this ball game. Right up the middle. Villa Gomez playing him closer to 3rd. Still couldn't have probably got to that ringing liner right up the middle by Colton Bradford.
4th hit surrendered by Malays today.
Nobody out. Meckel digs in. Ooh, right down the middle. A little bit inside portion of the plate. I thought Meckel was going to cut loose on that one.
Their pitcher has now gone 30 also. So
Bradford back safely at first as Malise tried to pick off play. Malise looks again. This time Meckel swings and misses like a slow curve that floated outside. And he's down in the count now. No balls, 2 strikes. And he put that ball in play. Is it just foul? Way out ahead of. It would have been extra bases, and with the way Meckel can motor, a double for sure. I don't know if we could have scored Bradford, but he would have made it to 3rd for sure.
Trent was on previously with being hit by a pitch. Scored one of our 2 runs. 0-2 here.
Reaches out and makes contact. That one out of play, and out of the stadium it goes over the roof. No balls, 2 strikes. Trent Meckel trying to move Bradford from 1st to 2nd here. Make contact. Swing and a miss. Bradford gets back safely at 1st as the catcher throws behind him. Meckel couldn't make contact, 1 away. Now Spencer Davidson up. Spencer with a ringing single in the first.
And an RBI.
That ball looked outside, but it is called a strike. You have a better angle than I do, but no balls, one strike. Melise kind of settling in here after Minneapolis scored in the first. That one almost floated over the head of the center fielder, but he went back and made the play. It was a nice play by the center fielder. Line drive. Bradford went halfway, so there's no tagging and advancing to second. Now Nolan White, the hitter. 2 away. Throw back to first once again. Melise. Evidently, he's going to go the distance as well.
Yep, Nolan had a fly out first time through.
Ball is the call. 1 ball, no strikes on Nolan White.
That's 38 pitch count for Malays.
And a dribbler back to the pitcher. He makes the play to first, and that retires the side as we leave Bradford on first. Minneapolis 2, Collegiate nothing. Spencer goes back out for the bottom of the third.
We strand 1, had 1 hit in that half inning, and the Lions continue to lead 2-0. We'll be right back after some words from our sponsors.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
The Heat Mexican Restaurant, Francisco Gallardo. Minneapolis Muffler and Pipe with John Blake. Designs with Sherry Bertrand. The Citizen State Bank and Trust, with locations in Minneapolis and Delphus, proudly support the Minneapolis High School Lions. Contact either Owen Kindle or Jared Schmidt for all your banking needs, be it home, personal, business, or trust services. We feature online banking, checking and savings accounts, loans, IRAs, and certificates of deposit to help fulfill your hometown banking needs.
Leading off the bottom of the third, the second baseman, number 11, Jacob Chappell.
Chappell leading off for the Spartans, followed by Villagomez here in the bottom of the third. Slow curve floats high on Spencer. 1 ball. Whoa. That one didn't miss by much, evidently just a little bit outside. Two balls is the count. This is a number 9 hitter, Chappell, with a 103 batting average. We don't want to lose him. Strike. Spencer throws a nice one in there. 2 balls and a strike. You don't want to walk the number 9 hitter. There's a swing and a miss, and he was way behind that one as Spencer rears back and throws the fastball. Evens the count at 2-2. Oh, yes. He couldn't pull the trigger on it. It sure looked good from here, and it was as the umpire rings him up. Strikeout for Spencer. 1 away here in the bottom of the third. How many strikeouts does he have?
I've got him for 4.
4?
Unless I've missed one somewhere.
Villagomez steps in now. Pitch just a little bit high. Ball 1. There's a pop-up. Meckles under it and makes the play. 2 away.
Second fly out for Villa Gomez.
Meckel right there didn't have to take but 3 steps to the left and made the play. Charbonneau now.
Charbonneau got a hit last time, a single.
First pitch is high from Spencer. 1 ball, the count. Wouldn't hurt my feelings to walk him. That is a strike right down the pike. 1-1. Spencer works fast on the mound. And Charbonneau fouled that one off, I think, just to protect himself. Looked like it was a little bit inside, and he fouls it off. And now he's down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one outside goes back to the screen, and ball 2. Be nice to show him that changeup right here, as he's been throwing primarily fastballs. 2-2. Curveball just goes a little bit outside, and Schrader asked the third base umpire if he went ahead and swung at it, but he did not.
I could see from here he held check.
Checked his swing, full count. And he missed that one, though, didn't he? Charbonneau goes down swinging, and another strikeout for Spencer. His curveball was a little bit low, but Charbonneau could not put the bat on the ball.
No hits. Nobody on. Here's we go through 3. 44 pitch count for Spencer through 3 innings.
Minneapolis leading 2-0, and we'll be back with the top of the 4th here in just a minute.
Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
These live video broadcasts are sponsored in part by Chuck's Collision. When the potentially inevitable occurs and your vehicle needs repair for body or glass, remember Chuck's Collision. They'll bring you satisfaction in your automotive restoration needs. Contact Chuck at 785-392-2774. Chuck's Collision is located at 1556 K106 Highway.
I believe this is Watson stepping in.
Yes, it is.
Rice on deck.
Had a hit last time, a single.
Minneapolis with 4 hits. Collegiate batters have 2 so far. Watson a swing and a miss with the first pitch. That one outside. He's got a nasty curveball. It does break quite a bit. Rock Creek fans coming in. Foul tip. Caught by the catcher. Makes it a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Watson just looking to make contact here, leading off the 4th. And does, right up the middle. I don't know that they'll get him. He's got wheels. He's got wheels.
Pitcher tried to snag it and could not.
Base hit. Right up the middle.
Watson's second single.
Watson 2 for 2.
5th hit surrendered by
Yavis with 6 hits.
5.
Yeah. Watson stealing second. Foul tipped. And Watson will go back to first.
It was a foul tip.
Well, the catcher motioned like it was a foul tip. Strike.
Okay.
We know it was a strike. It was a hit and run is what the play was, and evidently was not a foul. It was a strike.
So Watson's in scoring position.
The umpire gave us that thing like it was a foul tip. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Colby Rice, the hitter for Minneapolis. Watson at second with that stolen base.
Colby had a ground out first time through.
And lays down the bunt nicely.
It fouled
it off in the box.
In the box, yeah. Other than that, it was a great bunt.
Yes. Nice call by Coach Conrad. That would have moved Watson to third nicely.
No outs here, 1 and 2 the count.
Watson on second, Colby Rice your hitter. And there's a single. It's going to drop, I think. Yes. Watson had to wait to see if it dropped, and it did. And Melise fields the throw back into the infield, and Minneapolis is in business here with runners at first and third. Schrader, the hitter. And we're going to get a visit to the mound as the Spartans catcher wants to go out and have a chat with Malaise. Nice hit there by Colby Rice.
Beautiful hit.
Watson at third.
So 2 runners on, nobody out. Runners at the corners for the Lions.
We're in business here.
Weston Schrader up. 8th batter in our order. I didn't get marked down what happened to him the first time.
I think he struck out. He waved at one, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Ball is the first pitch there by Malaise, way inside as Schrader jumps out of the way. It would have possibly got him in the ankle. Hit batter here to load the bases.
It would, yep.
For Kern, who is on deck. Oh, way outside.
Chased the bunt there.
Way outside, tried to get the bat on the ball, and a strike is ringed up for attempting to bunt. And a swing and a miss on a slow curve. Schrader swung right through that one. It looked like it was a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Schrader goes down to get that one. It's going to drop.
Into shallow center field.
He golfed that one out there, didn't he? He went down to get that one. An RBI single by Schrader, the number 8 hitter.
That's Kern. Watson.
Yes, Kern now. And we're going to have a pinch runner. Number 5, I believe.
Okay, that is Jonathan Lowe.
Is going to pinch run for Schrader, which means there'll be a new catcher from Minneapolis this next inning. Is Lowe a catcher as well?
No. No, I don't. That rule doesn't follow in high school.
Oh, okay.
Courtesy runner, I think they call him.
Courtesy runner.
Yeah.
Kern, the hitter, 2 on, nobody out. Minneapolis still in a good position here to way outside as Kern squares around to bunt the ball. Conrad, he would like to see those runners moved up for Riker Nelson to hit.
Still 2 runners on, no outs.
Nelson would hit with one out, and runners on second and third if Kern can get him moved here with a bunt. Swings away and fouls one back and out of play. You know, I could make the play on the ball if it would go over the net and head my way. I could make the play.
Stick your hand underneath the window there, and yeah.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kern.
Mike and I are spoiled here in these digs, air conditioning.
Oh my, this is too nice. We're just not used to. Usually it's blazing sun or cold. That bunt was fouled back by Kern as he still tried to move the runners with the bunt, sacrifice bunt. Conrad's going to take the bunt off and let Kern swing away here, I would presume. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
50 pitches.
Outside. Ball 2. You had a pitch to waste, but when you've got a pitch count against you, you don't like to waste too many of them. There is one on the other end. Was it 110 pitches?
105.
105. There's a nice, lazy fly ball to right field. Wasn't deep enough to move the runners and for them to tag up and go. 1 away. But that's okay. The double play is in play here with Riker Nelson batting from the left side, left-hander.
And we go back to the top of the batting order. Riker's had a fly out and a ground out so far. About time to get his blazing speed on the bases.
And that's what happened. There's
an error.
And we're going to score. Woo! From second, as the pitcher muffed the play as Riker Nelson sacrificed out to the mound, and the ball went right under the glove of Malays. And we're going to have a pitching change as Black's going to change positions from first base to pitcher as Malays wasn't his day. That will be the end of Malays pitching anyway here today, as Black is going to replace him on the mound.
I have him with 53 pitches in 4.1 innings.
He would not be available tomorrow.
He is not available tomorrow. He's gone over the 30 count.
And with it being in the fourth inning, Black
if they
wouldn't
lose
be
today, there's no tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
I agree. And
but
now
they haven't lost yet.
If they would, by chance, come back to win, Black wouldn't be able to pitch tomorrow either. So
if he goes over 30 pitches,
right? And you kind of assume he would, but
yeah, because he's their number 2 arm, right?
Yes.
Black.
Yep.
His record is 5-2.
Yeah.
With 1 save on the season.
Yep.
So
he's got a nasty curveball. I guarantee you that thing's breaking quite a ways. They count that as an error on the pitcher, run scored. It wouldn't be an RBI. It would be a sacrifice of sorts as Riker Nelson legs out the hit
I
first
counted
base.
it as an RBI. I know that's probably not right.
Usually when there's an error involved. I'm with you.
But you're right. He's base on error there. So, yeah, technically couldn't even be called a hit, I suppose. It's a base on error. But
Colton Bradford, pretty solid hitting so far in his first 2 plate appearances.
He has had 2 hits, scored a run.
Digs in.
2 singles. Batting .348 on the season.
Black, a big right-hander. Traded places Malays, now the first baseman, and call first strike. It's not a blazing fastball, but that did have some break to it. 1 strike. Bradford. Slow curveball, and that one gets in there for a strike as well. Bradford behind in the count, 0-2. He got the bat on the ball, but it's squibbed down the third base line, foul.
I thought for a second that might remain fair.
That would definitely get
just a second.
Nelson to second. Black. That one down the first base line. It's going to drop for a base hit. Woo! Conray's going to hold him up as they would have had him out at home plate.
3-hit Bradford here today.
And Meckel is 2. I think I would like to see Trent just tie into the very first pitch he sees right here. We've kind of been taking the first pitch to see what we are up against. Slow, fast curveball drops in there.
Bases are loaded with 1 out.
2 runs across here in the inning.
Trent Meckel's been on with the...
Oh, yes. Yes. A liner down the left field line. That's going to clear the bases. Meckel around second. He's going to try for 3. No, he's going to hold up, but we're going to score Bradford from first base.
3 RBI.
On a 3 RBI double. Yes. 3 RBI double by Trent Meckel. He was due, and he comes through on that big hit.
So Nelson, Bradford, and Schrader.
They're going to walk Spencer. They're not even going to bat.
Schrader was the other one that run. He's the other one that scored.
Yes, the pinch runner. Low, yeah. Then they intentionally walk Spencer Davidson, and up at the plate is White. Black has got a nasty curveball. That thing is slow, but it does finally get across the plate. His fastball is not extremely fast, but that curveball is, that fastball is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think if he throws that slow curve one more time, Meckel timed it, and so did White. A ringing single. Meckel is going to score. Here comes the throw. They're going to cut it off as Trent Meckel gets all the way to home plate. A 3 RBI double by Trent Meckel, and then he scores on the single by Nolan White, and all of a sudden Minneapolis 8-0 in the 4th.
Mike, pinch me, Mike, pinch me.
Not yet, Dan. Not yet.
You're right, but it's goodness gracious.
Yeah, everything's falling into place. This is Watson, and their number 2 pitcher, Dale, as he's got a nasty curveball, but we've timed it twice for, there it is again, right down the middle as Watson watches that one float in there. A ball and a strike. There it is again. Watson laid on it, fouls it off. Well, that's his best pitch. You can tell he throws it quite often. It's a slow curve. And Meckel lined that thing to the wall to clear the bases. Watson watches that one. It's called 3rd strike.
Next up for Minneapolis, the right fielder, number 3, Colby Rice.
Colby Rice has been a hitter here today as well. He's got Spencer at second and White at first. And there he hits the slow curveball to right center field, and the center fielder comes in and makes the play. First pitch hitting, and Minneapolis plates 6. Here in the 4th inning, and...
No, 5. We had... No, you're right, 6. Yep,
well, that says 6.
Yep, you're right. You're right, absolutely. We strand 2. And...
10 hits for Minneapolis, 8 runs across, and Spencer Davidson goes back to the mound. Too bad he's just right at 30 pitches right now.
No, he's more than that. 10, 20, 30,
but
44 pitches.
You just don't know.
He's a goner, as I heard him say in college baseball tournament last night.
What a day.
I'm just,
far?
So far, astounded, quite honestly.
What's the most pitches he's thrown in a game this year?
The last game they played against TMP, they yanked him with 105 after 5 innings.
105.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's good for...
How many times he's done that, I'm not sure. But as I mentioned coming down, TMP was just fouling right and left, in the middle innings. And I made the comment, they're eating up his pitch count bad. But
the catcher is up first for... He's the number 9 hitter. Spencer, there's a pop-up. Backel is going to take it. He's under it and makes the catch. He just about lost it in what sun there is, but the sky is cloudy and white. That's sometimes hard to pick up the ball, but Backel did. One away. Eichenauer. Excuse me, that was Brady Hunt that just hit. Eichenauer right there watches the strike float right through there. Just a little bit outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Minneapolis fielding here in the bottom of the 4th with an 8-run lead. Spencer steps off the mound.
Ooh, boy.
A little bit inside off the ankles.
Came close to hitting that runner.
Of Eichenauer.
No batter.
2 balls and a strike. Spencer kicks and deals, fouled off out of play. Eichenauer puts the bat on the ball, number 4 hitter. He's got a .409 batting average, 20 runs scored, 27 hits, 22 RBIs, so he's a pretty decent hitter. There's a dribbler out to third. White's there and throws to first. Nice play. White scoops and throws, and what a play at first as Bradford stretches. What a play. Nice defensive play. 2 away now for Black. Nobody on with the big hitter, Black, at the plate. .15 RBIs, 18 hits, a .310 hitter, and watches the first pitch float through there for a strike.
Black had a hit first time through, a single.
Yes, he did.
And stole a base. Got to third.
Swing and a miss. Spencer pulled the string on that, a little changeup, and Black way ahead of it. It's one thing they never did when I was batting, Dale. They always threw fastballs. I never could see him or hit him. They never did throw me a changeup, something I could hit. Oh, yes.
Oh, my.
We rang him up on 3 straight pitches.
Wow. I thought that was a ball for sure.
That curveball was right on the inside corner, and that was a strikeout.
Strikeout 6.
6 strikeouts. Minneapolis playing well here in the opening game of the Class 3A baseball tournament. Minneapolis puts 6 runs across against their number 1 pitcher, Malays, and now Black comes in
and their number
got
2
a couple there too.
Much better. So we'll be right back.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
The Lions of Minneapolis High School are proudly supported by the Davidson Agency, with offices in Delphus, Minneapolis, and Bennington. As a nationwide insurance agent and also an independent agent, they have provided hometown service for the insurance needs of their customers for over 30 years, for home, small business, farm and crop, life and health coverage. Call them today at 785-523-4202. Pat.
Charbonneau's their number 3 pitcher. Black's going to try and finish it here for the Spartans. Schrader leading off. Had a good at bat last time up. That slow curveball floats in there. I think Strotman in the other booth could see how much it breaks. Oh, what a play by the third base. Fields it right down the line as Schrader got out in front of that slow curveball.
I don't even know if he even had more speed if he'd have beat that out.
No, that was quite a play by the third baseman. Stepped clear to the bag to make the play right by the bag and gets up and throws him out at first. Here's Kern. And that's a ringing single to right field. Nice hit by Kern right in between the first baseman and the second baseman. Big single. And now Riker Nelson will come up, the left-hander. If he gets out in front of one of those slow curveballs, Dale, it'd go down that right field line, and I think he could leg out a triple.
Fourth time through the order.
Very slow pitch.
Nelson. And Riker had a hit last time, and
that slow curveball floats in there.
An error hit, I guess I should say. Ended up scoring a run.
Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big day here in Manhattan. Minneapolis playing Collegiate. That ball is outside, and now I look for that slow curveball to be right across the middle of the plate. Riker could yank it down the first place line.
The 2-1 count coming up.
Oh, that was coming right back my way. The net caught that one. Two balls, 2 strikes. Riker Nelson, the hitter for Minneapolis. Slow curve stays outside. And the count is full. And make him throw a strike, Riker. He hasn't been around the plate.
By golly, Mike, you missed it. It landed right in front of you.
I wish I did.
No. Well, did it?
Nope. Nope, we're good. That one fouled back, and if I wasn't talking, it's because it hit right in front of my nose, and I could not make the play on the other side of the window.
Scared me.
It left thread right on the window frame. Swing and a miss.
Successful steal by Kern.
Kern slides right into second base on the steal. It was a swing and a miss by Riker Nelson.
4th strikeout of the game for the Spartans here.
Colton Bradford in, and he has been solid at the plate.
3 hits.
That ball, that pitch inside, that slow curve. Bradford get a hold of one. We could score another run here.
Colton's had 3 singles.
Black working the outside of the plate there, and a swing and a miss by Colton.
Has scored 2 runs.
2 outs, man on second. Late on that fastball. Black starting to get loosened up now. His fastball's got a little more speed to it. And there's that slow curve. It's going to go up the middle. They're going to send Kern from second. And the throw is going to be offline, and Kern's going to score easily.
Multi-hit Bradford here. 4 hits on the day, all singles.
Bradford, a big day at the plate. Now Meckel's ringing double in the last inning cleared the bases. 3 RBI hit for Trent. Let's see if he can find another one of those pitches from Black. Slow curveball right in there on the inside portion of the plate. Minneapolis 9. Wichita Collegiate nothing.
Spencer Davidson on deck.
Oh, that one fouled off the foot. Those hurt. Meckel shakes it off. Those when you foul it off the inside portion of your instep on that little ankle bone. Bradford at first. Meckel at the plate. Digs in the box, I should say. Fouls that one straight back and out of play. There's been quite a few of them go to the parking lot, Dale, or the street, I guess.
My God, there's a parking lot way back there, isn't there?
Or a school bus. Meckel looked at it. Nope, he did not swing. Oh!
First base guy says, umpire says he did, huh?
First base umpire rang him up. Meckel was almost out of the box, but he was trying to hold up, it looked like to me, and he's called out. So strikeout for Black. And Minneapolis puts another run across here in the top of the 5th.
Please get it back to our foul ball bouncer. He is sitting just behind the gate in the corner of the first base dugout. Thank you.
Oh, they're trying to collect the foul balls. You can see if they can put them back in play.
28 pitches for the Black there in his relief. He's had 2 strikeouts.
28 already, huh?
Mm-hmm. Spencer Davidson has 53 coming in here to the top of the bottom of the 5th. They've had 2 hits, that's right. 12 hits for Minneapolis. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I counted records as a hit, and it shouldn't be. Official scoring-wise.
Bottom of the 5th. Well, the crowd's talking about rain. We don't need any of that. It's just too nice a day for that. Looks like there's a cloud floating by the north.
The left fielder, number 17, Landon Ramsey.
Ramsey digs in. First pitch from Spencer, a ball. Ramsey, the number 6 hitter. .268 batting average. Boy, that looked good, but the umpire called it a ball. 2 balls, no strikes is the count on Ramsey. Ramsey, the number 6 hitter. Ramsey squares to bunt to force Spencer to throw a strike, and he does. There's a fly ball to right field. Colby Rice right there to make the catch. 1 away. Well, any of the pitchers have been unhittable.
Stepping in for Wichita Collegiate, the first baseman, number 8, Hayden Millay.
Millay's the first baseman, who was the starting pitcher, is the hitter. He's the number 7 hitter. Swing and a miss, foul tip. Go back to the screen. And the wind has shifted somewhat. It's around to the north. Spencer tries a slow curve or a changeup. It just floats outside. Schrader right there to corner it. A ball and a strike. A little high, ball 2. Spencer's pitch count is getting up there. Dale mentioned he went 105 pitches at TMP.
Got 59 now.
Swing and a foul back. Somebody made a play on it. If he had a glove, it would have stuck.
60 pitch count for Spencer right now. 2-2 the count.
Malaise. Ooh, that one went behind him. Starting pitcher and starting pitcher. That one got away from him a little bit. Full count. I think just a good strike across the plate would take care of him, and he does. Spencer on his rear makes the play.
What a catch.
And throws him out at first, 2 away. Spencer fell over that, might have been that double mat you were talking about that covers the mound in the one spot, sat down, made the play, and threw out Malaise at first. And here's Weta. Strike. Yep, all you have to do now, Spencer, is throw strikes. And this is the number 8 hitter. Oh, he gets all of it. It's going to be foul. That one bounced over the wall in foul territory and out of play. Weta out in front of that pitch from Spencer. Oh and 1 the count. Oh, excuse me, it was 2-strike count, and he rang him up. Umpire did not hesitate. It evidently was right down the pipe. And we go to the top of the 6th, Dale.
Strikeout number
leading
7.
9-0. We'll be right back.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
Hometown Outdoor Power, with locations in Minneapolis, Salina, and McPherson, has been serving Central Kansas for over 20 years and is the largest power equipment dealer in the area. We strive to be the one-stop shop for all your power equipment needs. We provide full sales, service, and parts supply for your home, ag, or commercial contractor power equipment needs. Ask about our winter service program, and go Lions! The Messenger Clothing Company, with locations in Minneapolis and Salina, can design custom clothing for your team, business, group, or event with screen printing and embroidery. We feature online design and ordering for your convenience. Contact us at 785-823-7752 or by email at sales@messengerclothingcompany.com for all your custom clothing printing needs today. Go!
Leadoff hitter here in the 6th is our pitcher, Spencer Davidson. Had a big hit in the first. And that slow curveball stays high. Ball 1. Spencer's been spot on the mound. That one is high and outside as well. And I'm sure their pitcher knows exactly how good a hitter Spencer is. 3 straight balls.
How good a pitcher is he, Mike? Hitter, I mean.
Or a hitter?
.588 on the season.
Yeah.
Walked him.
Second walk in a row. It was a intentional walk the last inning. This one he pitched to him, but it could not find the plate with that slow curve.
Nolan White up with 1 hit.
We'll see if we can move Spencer to second. Fly ball, short center. Nobody's going to take it.
Drops for a hit.
There's 4 players right there and drops right in between all 4 of them.
That was what you call a communication breakdown, I think, there.
Center fielder didn't call it. And the shortstop, second baseman were all the way out there. I think either 3 of them could have made the play. Watson up now with Lions on first and second.
No outs.
Black, the pitcher for Collegiate.
Daniels had 2 hits today.
That offering by Black stays high, ball 1. Well, we've made them throw strikes, and when they have, we've done a good job hitting with 13 hits in this game. 1 extra base hit. I believe we only have 1 double.
All have been singles except for Trent Meckel's double. There's 3 RBI double.
And that double cleared the bases, as Dale mentioned. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike by Black. 0-0 is his number. Swing and a miss by White. Did they give White a single on that hit? Or was there an error involved?
No, he did.
Base hit.
13 hits up there.
That ball's fouled back by White. I like the looks of the outfielders for Collegiate if we get anything down the line as they're pinched in towards center field, especially down the right field line. And that's where White is aiming. He's got that inside-out swing that puts the ball in play to the right side of the infield. And there it is, right center field. The right fielder is going to go back. Spencer's going to tag and go to third. Oh, that was Watson. Excuse me. Watson sacrifice move Spencer to second. White was already on first. Excuse me. Colby Rice had a big hit last inning, or last plate appearance.
Colby had a big hit, single last time.
White still at first. Spencer Davidson at third. Colby Rice, the hitter for Minneapolis.
1 out, runners at the corners.
A hit to the right side.
That'll score Spencer.
And the second baseman makes the play to first, gets the out, and the RBI sacrificed by Colby Rice. Minneapolis scores another run here in the top of the 6th. Seems like every time I look up there, Schrader's hitting, Dale.
Oh, we get through the order pretty quick here.
White at second, and there's a base hit. No, what a play by the second baseman. And
let's go score.
Malays could not make the play at first. As the ball rolls loose, the pitcher has to come over and cover. Malays could not make the dig.
I don't think you could count that an error. He made a significant effort.
No, the second baseman to make the stop was, I thought, pretty. And Kern's going to go back to the dugout as we're going to get a pinch hitter here. 2 runs across in the inning. Conrady is going to get a pinch hitter in here.
And it is your number 7 seed Minneapolis Lions 11. Number 2 seed Collegiate Spartans 0. And Alex Worley, I believe, senior, is coming up. Is that Worley, 28? Yep.
Worley with a chance here as he pinch hits for Kern, I believe, yes.
Kern's left fielder, so Worley will move to left.
Way outside is Black. As I mentioned, that breeze has shifted around to the north, and the breeze coming through the window is nice and cool. But beautiful day. 11 runs in this game as Worley watches that one float in for a strike. Black's got a slow curveball. That one, a fastball on the outside portion of the plate, is called a strike, and Worley down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 outs in the inning.
Swing and a miss.
Dropped the ball.
Catcher's going to have to make the play to first, and he does. Worley is called out at first, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. Minneapolis leading 11-0 as we plate 2 more runs in that inning.
We strand 1, but we get, I keep losing track of stuff here. I don't know how many hits we got that inning, but the big thing is we got another run across.
Yes, we did. 14 hits. The scoreboard has us with 14 hits and 11 runs.
Right.
So we would have gotten 2 hits that inning.
Yep. All right, we'll be right back.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
The Messenger Clothing Company, with locations in Minneapolis and Salina, can design custom clothing for your team, business, group, or event with screen printing and embroidery. We feature online design and ordering for your convenience. Contact us at 785-823-7752 or by email at sales@messengerclothingcompany.com. For all
bottom of the 6th, and Spencer bounces one in there for ball 1.
$64 pitches for Spencer.
Right down the middle, but low. Ball 2. There's a foul ball back and out of play over the third base line. That one's not going to come back into play. 2 balls and a strike.
This batter right now completes their 2nd time through the batting order.
And that's their number 9 hitter.
We've almost got 4 times through.
Swing and a miss. Chappell struck out his previous time up. And Spencer evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul back. Chappell timing Spencer's pitches a little better there as the foul goes straight back into the net. That netting's amazing. You can see right through it. Hardly even comes into play.
Quite a play there where Colton Bradford snags that.
Hard hit ground ball to the first baseman. As Dale mentioned, Bradford gloves it. Steps on first, went away. Villa Gomez, 3rd time through the batting order for the Spartans. We've been through at least 4 times.
We're almost done with 4 times through. Yep.
Spencer from the stretch. And that's a pop-up first base side. Bradford under it. Makes the catch in foul territory as Villa Gomez fouls out. And 2 away.
It's his 3rd flyout of the game.
Now up the 3rd baseman, number 10, Drew Charbonneau.
Charbonneau, probably their best hitter. Struck out last time up, but he had a ringing single in the 1st. Slow curveball. Shortstop is under it and makes the catch. Meckel.
Oh, a run rule game.
the run rule game come into play. I didn't even see that coming, Dave. Did you? I think, oh, man, we just got one more inning to make this work. And Minneapolis takes it 11-0 on the run rule.
Oh, my.
Over 10, I guess, after 6.
Yes, after 5 if you're 10 or over. Yeah,
after 5. And there's no shaking hands. It's tip of the cap as Minneapolis takes care of the number 2 seed here at the state baseball tournament. 11-0.
A huge upset, Mike.
That's a 2 seed. I knew we had a pretty good team, but
I thought we could come in and play good ball, but I had to wonder whether
how good a 2 seed. Yeah, you always think the 2 seeds are pretty darn good.
Spencer Davidson with 7 strikeouts, surrendered 2 hits.
2-hitter.
20, 30, 40, 50, 65.
2-hitter.
72 pitches is what I've got him down unofficially for.
14 hits, 11 runs.
6 innings pitched.
They had 1 error. We played airless ball.
Pretty much.
According to the scoreboard, anyway.
Yeah.
14 hits. Whew!
I am just astounded. Absolutely astounded that we came in and dismantled the number 2 seed today. I mean, we got a good team.
We got a real good team.
I just didn't know if we would have enough to take care of. I mean, where's my notes? The Spartans had played 6 4A squads this year. The only squads they've lost to
were 4A.
Were 4A squads on the season. All the rest have been 3A and 1 2A.
That's saying something.
And your Minneapolis Lions gave them their first loss against a 3A squad here today. 11-0, a run rule game in 6.
2 runs in the first, 6 in the fourth on that 3 RBI double by Trent Meckel. We scored 1 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th, and then held Collegiate scoreless. And as Dale mentioned, it was a run rule.
Spencer
on
Davidson,
a 2-hitter.
The winning pitcher, 7 strikeouts, surrendering 2 hits, pitched 6 innings, 72 pitches unofficially with my scratching. Losing pitcher, Hayden Malaise, for the Spartans. Minneapolis hitters, Colton Bradford with 4 and 1 RBI, scored 2 runs. Trent Meckel with 1 hit, the big double, the triple RBI double.
That was a big one.
Spencer Davidson with 1 hit, on base twice with balls. He scored a run. His hit was an RBI. Nolan White, 2 hits, an RBI. He scored a run. Daniel Watson, 2 hits, an RBI. He scored a run. Colby Rice with a single. He scored a run. Weston Schrader with 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Logan Kern, a hit, scored a run. Jonathan Lowe is a courtesy runner, scored a run. That is just astounding. The Wilson Family Funeral Home play of the game.
Well,
several, but I think we'd have to go with the 3 RBI double play by Trent Meckel in the 4th.
Anytime you can score 2 runs in the first, it's a big momentum swing right off the bat. But when Meckel cleared the bases with that double in the 4th, that ran their starting pitcher. Black came in. We didn't have any trouble with him either hitting. We got 5 runs off him.
And you're right. I wanted to mention that, and I forgot. We set the tone early with those 2 runs in the first. We started making those hits. That had to rattle their pitcher. Came out swinging early and took care of business. Player of the game, sponsored by the Citizen State Bank. I am going to have to go
You want my 2 cents worth?
Go ahead.
Colton Bradford played a error-free first base. It's not an easy position to play, but when you go 4-4 in the 4 out of 4 hits and 4 attempts, I think that was a big thing. And we just defensively we played big, and a 2-hitter by your pitcher. So I'm going to let you choose, Dale.
I'm going to go co-players of the game, sponsored by the Citizen State Bank, and you had read my mind, or I've read yours, either way. Colton Bradford, 4 hits, 1 RBI, scored 2 runs. All those hits were singles, and he just made several good defensive plays out there. And then Spencer Davidson collects his, I don't have my stats with me, at least his 8th win on the season. I'm quite sure it is. And he came in with a .075 ERA.
And that lowered just a little bit more today.
Just astounding. 7 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed, no walks on the day.
And the only bad thing,
72
Dale,
pitches. He's done.
The pitch count, he's done. Tomorrow, if you have 2 games, he can't pitch either game.
He didn't go the full. He has to have at least 2 days of rest right now.
That's a kicker right there. You still got a good pitcher, Nolan White, but if he goes the distance tomorrow, he pitched the 3rd game, the championship game.
Yeah. Depending on how many pitches our starter gets tomorrow.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that pitcher could pitch some.
It'd be nice to get to that position
in the third game. So right now, Minneapolis is scheduled to win or to play against the winner of Rock Creek out of St. George and Bishop Ward out of Kansas City in the semifinals at 11 a.m. tomorrow. You sure you don't want to delay that trip to Minnesota?
Well,
can I call your wife and daughter?
They would kick me to the curb.
I need Mike.
Yeah. I tell you, it's the shirt, Dale. It's the shirt. It's just my lucky shirt.
And another thing I need to say here is when Minneapolis comes to these tournaments, they're the underdogs quite often. They weren't 2 years ago, but they were here today. Basketball, baseball, quite often we come in, we're underdogs. And as of yet, since we've been calling these games, have I seen a Lion team lose out in the first round game to where they can't come back the next day. That's just astounding. We're the 4th smallest school in our classification, Mike. 26 schools in the top of 64 are in the 7 schools ahead of us here. They're all in the top 24 or 26 schools.
A luxury for being in this.
Kansas won today. The big heart of the East Lions.
Yeah.
It's just astounding.
You're absolutely right. Now the big drops of rain are starting to come down. We're done. We've won. We're headed to the bus, and we're done. When we move on, which is the coaching team did a wonderful job, and the players played error-free ball, and that's a big thing in any ball game, of course.
It really is.
Error-free.
It really is. And it's another 11 a.m. game, folks. Unfortunately, we will not be live broadcasting the semifinal game tomorrow because of CASHA stipulations. We will be recording it for video replay on Eagle Channel 20, but we cannot live broadcast the semifinals. If Minneapolis should win that semifinal game, we cannot live broadcast the finals, but we can do tape delay on those. And if we should only make it to the 3rd place game, that game will be live broadcast, but semifinals will not be. So with that, Dale Leach and
Mike Perry
going to sign off. We've enjoyed bringing this contest. God bless you all. Take care.